Hello everybody on a Friday night, just before 7 o'clock Pacific time. The WooF Ditty here. We have some good stuff in store tonight. I hope you like it. We've got some doggy jokes that we haven't had on in a while. And we have a special breed tonight that's an unusual breed, actually. But as we get warmed up here, we're jumping and jamming with a little instrumental tune here called Jumpin' and Jammin'. And hope everyone's had a great day and your pets are well. They got their due exercise and their all that kind of thing, and lots of loves. You know, every day is the same in that way. Loving your dog, it's always the same. And we're gathering our audience here on the Facebook live streaming from the alldognetwork.com, alldognetwork.com on the WooF Driver page. It's good to see everybody. You know, it's nice to see everybody smiling out there. You know what I mean? Whatever the case, keep on smiling. That's what Willie used to say. You say you got holes in all your shoes and you got the blues, but keep on smiling. We're jumping and jamming. Jacqueline Yao. Hello from North Carolina. It's about almost 10 o'clock there. Hope you had a good evening and good dinner and so forth. But like I said, tonight, our special breed, we have ditties tonight. WooF Ditty writes a little musical tune for each breed each night. Debbie, hello Debbie Ann, how are you? I'm great, thank you for asking. Had a great day. Buster had his shower and his teeth brushed today. He's feeling good. Bus, you want to come in and say hello? Get him in here. Come here, Bus. Come here, buddy. I'll show you. Buster's here with us. Say hi to everybody. You say hi? Hi, baby. That's a good boy. Want to sit? Can you sit for a minute? Feel that fan? Bus. There's Buster. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Can you sit down? You want to sit? Here, show him how you can know commands. Listen. Come here. Listen. Sit. See? Good boy. What's going on? Huh? Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. Thank you for coming on the air. That's Buster Big Paws. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. There he is. Yeah, that's him. And I was going to show you him on the bike springer from the other couple of mornings ago that I actually have. Stop that. Sit. Whatever the case. You can lay down now. He's a good boy. He's just excited because I called him in here. Now he's going back to his premises. Hi there, Samuel. Love the dogs. I love them too. A little update on the t-shirt. Okay, just so you know, we finally got the files that we need to Jacqueline. Happy National Dog Day. That's right. National Dog Day. I forgot. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I saw that somewhere. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention earlier. But on these shirts, we have the files gone to the contractor to see what he can do for us. So hopefully it's by next week sometime we'll know what the story is on getting these manufactured so they're affordable. So we got a couple things to show you. Got some cool stuff on the WooF Driver with the Huskies, of course, again. But our special breed, back to it, we always start out with the breed of the night. Now here's a breed that most of you probably haven't heard of because I really hadn't heard of it. It's an unusual breed called a Dingo. D-I-N-G-O, Dingo. And I wrote a ditty about Dante the Dingo. Dante. And it's what they look like. They're kind of like that. Okay? And they're a dog of the wild from Australia over 4,000 years ago. And they almost look like a fox in a way. Now, here's the story on them, okay? The reason they're unusual. They were born in the wild, okay, in Australia. I'm going to go over this stuff here. because this is what caught my attention to see that they were unusual. Now, they weren't raised as pets unless they were taken by someone when they were really young puppies. And the reason, here, let's go to the origin first, because this is important. The dingo is a wild animal, okay? It's brought to Australia by primitive man in the semi-domesticated state about 4,000 years ago. It is believed that the dingo is the ancestor of all dog breeds. So the base stock of the 600 true dog breeds originated from the dingo. The dog, I mean, it has, something came from everywhere. Adam dropped the apple off the jaw, all that stuff. Dogs and people made their trek before Australia was cut off from the mainland and surrounded by water. Captain William Dampier, who wrote of the wild dog in 1699, first officially noted the dingo. It was originally kept by some Australian native groups as an emergency source for food. Ugh. A direct descendant of the original pharaohs from the Middle East and Southeastern Asia, the dingo became savage and was returned to the wild. It was never obtained. With the Europeans' introduction of domestic sheep and rabbit, the dingo population flourished because of the dogs preying on man's livestock. That's what they did. So the relationship between the two had been untidy and quarrelsome. Man's interference in Australia's perfectly balanced ecology has been essentially blamed on the dingo. Today, a few people are now concerned with the native dog as a living fossil and are working towards studying and preserving him. So there must not be many left. The Australian Native Dog Training Society, based in New South Wales, has raised and trained many dingoes. Their members put them on display and hold obedience and trick demonstrations, and the society's motto is, "A fair go for our dingoes." Okay. These dogs redomesticate quite easily if raised from a young age by a family, but retain a pariah trait of flight and wariness. Because it's from the wild, it just wants to go back to the wild. Many areas of Australia is considered a vermin and cannot legally be kept. Other areas have stringent permit requirements for them. So it classifies it as wildlife, not so much as a dog breed. It's pretty interesting stuff, and it may not be exported except to and from registered and approved wildlife parks and zoos. And they're very rare outside of Australia. So that's a different kind of dog breed there, the dingo. Looks real serious. This guy could take care of business, no problem. And he looks like many other dogs because they say he's the source root breed of over 600 of our breeds. He's part of them. He was one of the original dogs to come around ever that was bred. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. So he's gonna be a survivor. There's a little pup, the dingo. So we'll play our little ditty about Dante the dingo real quick here.
Dante, our dingo, has intense eyes.
Intense eyes.
Vary in color from yellow to orange, and he is very mobile. Small rounded ears are naturally erect. His well-furred bushy tail is relaxed, and that's a fact. Dante the dingo, his typical coat colors are yellow, ginger, but can occur in tan, white, or black. 'Cause Dante is quite
There's a little dingo puppy right there. He's so cute. Dante the dingo. Interesting breed. So, his litter size average of 5. It could be 1 to 10. He does have a weather-resistant coat that takes care of itself. He has no doggy odor. And his life expectancy can be actually over 20 years of age. So that makes sense. If he was like, one of the first ever dogs in the wildlife, that other, dogs they found bred with, every dog breed there was, he was the original guy. So obviously his lifespan is probably one of the longest I've heard of, because he's from the wild. And was domesticated, so forth, by breeding more than anything else, I think. So there we go about him. Again, he's undomesticated and needs plenty of exercise. And if he's in captivity, they need to be taken on that long daily walk or jog to satisfy their natural migration instinct, and where the dog is made to heel beside, never in front. You're always the alpha. And he's not recommended for apartment living. These are wild dogs that, if taken into a family, must not be chained up in the backyard either, but should be taken in as part of the family. A securely fenced enclosures must be. They need activity and space, and as pets should be not taken off the leash in a park. They can withstand hot climates. Okay. There you go. Dingo. Dante the dingo. Okay, that's good. Now, we've got a couple of doggy jokes tonight we're going to do, and just some funny stuff, maybe.
Oh, yeah. So there's a couple of guys with a couple of dogs walking down the street. A couple of buddies. One's got a Doberman Pinscher, and the other guy's got the Chihuahua. Now, the guy with the Doberman Pinscher says, I'm hungry there, pal. Let's go get something to eat. Hey, there's a restaurant over there. He says, the guy with the Chihuahua says, we can't go over there. We got dogs with us. They don't let us in. The guy with the Doberman Pinscher says, just follow my lead there. Walk across over to the restaurant. The guy with the Doberman puts on a pair of dark glasses. He starts to walk in. The guy at the door says, sorry, man, no pets allowed. Oh, the guy with the Doberman Pinscher says, well, you don't understand. This is my seeing eye dog. The guy with the dog says, a Doberman Pinscher? He says, yeah, they're using them now. They're very good. He says, yes, they're using them now. Okay, come on in. The guy with the Chihuahua figures, what the hell? So he puts on his pair of sunglasses, darkens the guy, walks into the door. The guy stops him right there, says, sorry, pal, no pets allowed here. The guy at the door says, sorry, pal, no pets allowed. The guy at the Chihuahua says, you don't understand. This is my seeing eye dog. The guy at the door says, a Chihuahua? He says, you mean they gave me a Chihuahua?
Okay, yeah, here's one.
Oh, help wanted. Yeah, a local business was looking for office help. They put a sign in the window that read, help wanted, must be able to type, must be good with a computer, and must be bilingual. We are an equal opportunity employer. Huh. A short time afterwards, the dog trotted up to the window, saw the sign, went inside. He looked at the receptionist and wagged his tail. He walked over to the sign and looked at it and he whined. Getting the idea, the receptionist got the office manager. The office manager looked at the dog and was surprised to say it leaked. However, the dog looked determined, so he led him up to the office. Inside, the dog jumped up in the chair and stared at the manager. Wow. The manager said, I can't hire you. The sign says you have to be able to type. The dog jumped down and went to the typewriter and proceeded to type out a perfect letter. He took out the page, trotted over to the manager, gave it to him. Then he jumped back in the chair. The manager was stunned, but then he told the dog, the sign says you have to be good with a computer. The dog jumped down again and went over to the computer. The dog proceeded to demonstrate his expertise with various programs. He produced a sample spreadsheet in the database and presented them to the manager. Ooh, the manager, whew, oh my goodness. By this time, the manager was totally dumbfounded, as you could imagine there. He looked at the dog and said, I realize that you are a very intelligent dog and has some interesting abilities, no doubt. I still, however, cannot manage you or give you a job. The dog jumped out and went over to copy the sign and put his paw on a sentence that told him about being an equal opportunity employer.
Manager said yes, but sign also says you have to be bilingual. Dog looked him straight in the face and he said, meow. Now, that was a good one, huh? Yeah. Couple of silly dog jokes there for you. I want to show you right now, we're going to shift over to the WooF driver and his Huskies real quick. This particular video is real short, and all this is the very first piece of material that we did for the WooF driver when he wanted to start putting music. Hello, Brad, National Dog Day. What are your views? My views have not changed. I love dogs. I love them. I love everybody's dog. I think they're just wonderful people. That's what I think, and I'm glad they're having a National Dog Day. You know, they deserve it, as well as the National Firemen, Teachers, whatever else days there are. That's what I feel about it. We're very blessed to have our dogs in our life, in my opinion. And so shifting over to this video real quick, this is the WooF driver. This is the theme song for the WooF driver, the first one we wrote. And it's just about having fun with your dogs. Yes. There you go, the WooF driver. Now, we have this, I got this other one here. I'm going to show you here. Now, this is the Sacco cart with the WooF driver. And they're out on the country road here. A little tune we wrote. And there's the Sacco cart. Beautiful countryside. I do. He was just in here, Buster. You can see him when this show's over. You go back and watch the beginning of the show, and you'll see Buster. He's half shepherd, half cane corso, like a black police dog. He looks like. There's the WooF driver's excursion where he takes it out on his trips to unload. And this is where he goes. These kind of places. He takes his 4 Huskies. There's Cesaro. There he is. Check that out. It's called mushing on the pavement. Electric motor, pedals, and the dogs. Beautiful waterfall. West Virginia. And he has his crew with him that take the truck and help him unload and hook up the dogs, make sure everything's running right. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay. Now we've got more stuff. But that's what he does. And those things he's hooked on to the Brad, yeah, he's half Shepherd and half Italian Mastiff, which is called a Cane Corso Cane. And he was just in here a minute ago, but he split. But he's 5 years old now. And those springers that the dogs are hooked to the cart, that's the bike springer. And you can have one for your own bike. And when you exercise your dog, take him out instead of running him or walking him on a leash and trying to keep up with his energy and run and jog when you can only go so far without running out unless you're, in the Olympics or something, which I'm not, for sure. That the spike springer is just it's the best thing since sliced bread to me. And I have actually a video here. I have a video of let me get this video up here if I can find it. I tried to do this last night as well and I had a hard time finding it. Yeah, well, let me see what I did with it. But whatever the case, I might have to pass on showing you Buster do it, but I'm going to show you how this bike springer works, okay? And for those of you who have been tuned in before have seen this before, how it works, bike springer. And it's worth looking at this to check it out and how it actually works. Let me find this for you just a second here. Let me go back to over here real quick and get it for you on YouTube. But you hook it onto your bike and you keep the assembly, it goes over the pole under your seat, and then it has a little place where it fits in the springer with a cotter pin, so you can take it in, take it out as much as you want, and when you don't want it on your bike. I happen to have a dedicated bike, and I just leave it on there because we use it every day. And let me get this up for you here.
Have you ever seen people try to ride a bike and hold a dog's leash?
Okay, this is it. And we'll show you the bike springer.
Have you ever seen people try to ride a bike and hold a dog's leash in their hands? It can lead to very nasty spills. With the springer, even if your dog tries to run off to greet friends or chase a squirrel, you stay in control. For most dogs, it takes only a few minutes to adjust to running with the springer. Think of the springer as the everyday walk reinvented. What makes this product unique is the heavy-duty steel spring because it absorbs up to 90% of your dog's unexpected tugs. The springer makes the ride safe and fun for both of you.
Okay, I'm going to run this back and pause it for a second.
Absorbs up to 90.
Okay, let me move this back right to here. Okay, now you can see how this thing works. This assembly here, okay, it's like a clamp and it's got bolts and it clamps around. That red thing in there is like a piece of plastic to make it, you get the right tightness, because different shafts are different diameters. Some are thicker than others, so you get it this tight. Then there's these bolts here that go through on this side. It's like a flat thing. Bolt it through the wrench, you tighten it up and you leave it. Then into the hole here, the slot, there's the thing coming out here, a little thing that this rod slips over, and then the cotter pin has a hole in the rod and a hole in this rod, and it slips through there and holds it. This assembly stays, and there's your spring. And then over here is the connected as a nylon little thing that ties the rope into. Now this thing here is kind of a nylon, very hard nylon, so it stretches and it's able to pull the string. Then there's a clamp on the other side of the rope, which is clamped to the top of the harness on your dog, as you'll see here.
absorbs up to 90% of your dog's unexpected tugs. The Springer makes the ride safe and fun for both of you. And the Springer works with most sizes of dogs and most bikes. Like a third hand on your bike, the Springer is easy to use. If you can ride a bike, you can bring your dog. Never enough hours in the day? Now you can walk your dog and get your exercise at the same time. Setting up the Springer arm is simple and takes only seconds. Just install the clamp on your bike. Attach with the cotter pin. You can then release and reattach the arm easily to any bike. The Springer is a great way for you and your dog to enjoy spending time together. After a rest and a water break, it's quick and easy to reattach the Springer to your dog's harness. And the Springer protects your dog from the bike's pedals and wheels, so you can keep both hands safely on the handlebars. What if your dog runs on the wrong side of a post or hydrant? The patented safety release frees your dog instantly. Got more than one dog? Bring them along. Dogs love to run in a pack. And with the Springer, you can attach 2 or 3 dogs on each side. The heavy-duty steel spring can handle the pulls and tugs of multiple dogs while allowing you to keep your balance. You know that dogs love to run. It's in their nature. In fact, veterinarians around the world agree that biking is the perfect way to exercise medium and large dogs. With the Springer, you can get outside and spend quality time with your best buddy. So if you want to keep your dogs healthy and happy, buy them a new kind of toy. Buy them a Springer. They'll be sure to thank you for it.
There you go. Now, I've been using that since I got Buster, and I got it from the WooF driver. And if you're interested, let us know. Send us a message here, a comment on the show, and we'll see if we can find you one. Now, we've seen them on Amazon. We've seen them in different places. They're a little pricey. They got them jacked up. So again, we're trying to find our distributor to give us another good deal on them, and see if we can provide those for anyone who's interested in using the bike Springer. But it's just I wouldn't do without it now. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have it, because when I take them out for a regular leash walk, it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, it's like you have to almost like walk for an hour to get to exercise this guy, because he's got so much energy and he wants to run. What's cool about it, easy way, you ride and they walk. Well, they walk, but they can, you go as fast as you want. So what I do with him, I start walking him. I go a little faster. He's kind of trotting, and then he'll gallop, and then you can get him to gallop and sprint fast. He's running. So you can keep that up, long enough to always slow it down easy. Let him trot again, then let him walk slow. Whatever, mix it up. You can tell when they start panting when they've had enough exercise. Betty, it's all good. Great way. And plus you're getting your exercise. So, and if you do hills, it's cool because, they'll pull a little bit up the hill. They want to pull and they want to go. So they're kind of helping you ride your bike up the hill and so forth. So plus you're getting exercise and going up the hill for sure. Anyhow. But I just think it's a magical thing. So I always want to show people about that. I want to listen to a couple of tunes from the WooF driver. And while I'm going to show you, we're going to go back while we're playing some Husky tunes about the WooF driver and his dogs. I've got a couple I want to play tonight. I'm going to show you the pictures of our breed of the night, which is the Dingo, which is a breed that most of you probably haven't heard of, because I didn't. And he was one of the first dog in existence, really, in the wild back in Australia. And it says that over 600 of our breeds have some dingo in them somewhere. Kind of interesting. So, let's listen to this is the Fleetwood Pack. And these are the dingoes. While we're listening to Fleetwood Pack, means it's the pack of huskies, a little Fleetwood Mac parody. Dingoes.
Listen to the huskies howl, watch their fun ride. Mushing moon shadows, down the run, down the fly.
Dingoes.
And if you don't run them now, you will never hear the howls, and you will keep hearing them howling. You will never break the game. And if you don't run them now, you will never hear the howls, and you will keep hearing them howling. You will never break the game.
Little dingoes. Cuties.
Listen to the huskies howl, down comes the light. Mushing moon shadows, down the run, down the fly. Run in silence, love the dark, love the night.
Take a look at some huskies now.
And if you don't run them now, you will never hear the howls, and you will keep hearing them howling. You will never break the game. And if
Huskies.
you run them now, you will never hear the howls, and you will keep hearing them howling. You will never break the game. And if you don't run them now, you will never hear the howls, and you will keep hearing them howling. You will never break the game.
Baby husky there. You don't run them now, you never hear them howl. Oh, look at these little baby huskies. They're cute. So they look like when they're little. And when they get bigger, this looks like Zorro. Wolf driver Zorro. Kinda. Oh, a whole brood. Different colors there. Dogs keep us together. All right, dogs keep us together, running in the moonlight. I just thought of something to share, just food for thought. We were gone, and we didn't broadcast Tuesday or Wednesday as we were out of town, and we couldn't broadcast from where we were, and we had to board our Buster, our dog, and put him in. He stayed at the vet's. The vet has a small, like a hotel, and we keep him there because they know him and they take great care of him. I have to worry about him. But it was weird because we got back at night and they were closed, so we couldn't pick him up till the next morning, Thursday morning, yesterday morning. And we came into the house and he wasn't here. And it was like you knew he wasn't here. You could feel, even if he was asleep in his bed or wherever, on the couch, on his bed or our bed, You know, he didn't even come and see us when we came in the door or greeted us or anything. He was just asleep or chill. You knew he was there. But even knowing he wasn't there, it was still the eerie feeling that you could tell he wasn't there. The house felt different. It was a different kind of quiet without him there. And I wonder if all of you feel the same way. If your dog's away, or it's visiting, or it's at the vet, or it stays over somewhere and he's not with you in your house, that it doesn't feel totally different. You know, his spirit, he's just not there, physically or otherwise. And to me, we could feel that. It was the strangest feeling. And actually, before that, when I took him early in the morning, before we actually left, I took him in early, and then I came back home before we left on our trip. And even coming back home after having taken him there, walked in the house, it was like, he's not here. You could tell he's not here. You knew he wasn't here because you just took him over there. But my point is, you could feel it. And that's quite an interesting spiritual thing to me. I mean, it's like real, but it's a feeling how much we're connected to the vibration of our dogs and our animals. Just something I thought I'd share that we noticed for sure. Hey, Buster's not here. That's weird, isn't he? He's not here. Isn't that weird? Because he's always part of the family. He's always part of us. You know, he's always there with us. He's always active with us. You know, interacting, jumping up. Let's hang out together. Whatever. So it's just a great feeling. And being National Dog Day, you know, it's just more thought about why that's so important. That it's a happy dog day. So that's how important they are and how they are. I mean, just look at the look on this guy's face, this husky. I mean, if you can't relate to how real and how connected he is and how cool he is and how sweet and loving and connected he can be with his owner, then you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Said I'd point that out. Here's a song called All Dogs Are Winners, and it's an appropriate song for today, National Dog Day. It's another Fleetwood Mac parody, I believe. All dogs are winners. I'll go show you some more pictures of the Dingo and the husky. Dingoes. Dingo. All dogs are winners. I love this song. All dogs are winners on National Dog Day. Playing a little All Dogs Are Winners. There's a dingo.
They love everybody, comforting our souls, fly with them through heaven, wrapped in their spells. Wolf driver's lifestyle, can you feel it? They change this world with their endless wheel. Running, dancing, and love fascinates me. They can run for
There's a strange looking one there. Dingoes. Look at this one. Look at this dingo. Beautiful. Dog of the wild. I've seen one like that, I bet. A dingo. Wow. Super. They go after prey. So all dogs are winners on National Dog Day. That's right. And I want to see, we have some interesting stuff from the WooF driver as well. Here's a little ride on Spruce Mountain. I don't know if we've seen it. No, we did that one. Yeah, we did that one already. Let's do Edison Hill. This is fun. This is in, let me see if I can find this here. Hang on. This isn't it. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Let me get the right thing up here. This is Spruce Mountain. Beautiful is this place. So he's got 4 bike springers hooked up to a Sacco cart. See how that is? Same as the bike springers, it's only hooked onto his cart. The cart is battery powered. It's also got pedals, and it has the dogs. So he has a WooF driver. There's Jag and Czar, and Princess and Chase. So he'll take his adventures daytime, nighttime, called mushing. Usually you think of mushing is just in the snow with the Sacco sled, but you can go all year round if you got Sacco cart with wheels, and when you go in the snow you take your sleds. He's even skied with the dogs. You snow ski and you're holding the dogs on your side. They're hooked to your belt, a belt. And they're skiing and running with you while you're skiing. Get some shots of that for winter time. We'll show that. How fun is that? He's waving up his aerial camera hooked up to a tall There they're going to their destination. They can't wait to get there and get hooked up and drive. They love it. Cool is this, huh? A lot of fun with the WooF driver. Okay, we're just having a good old time here. And he just does this all the time, day in and day out with his buddies. Okay. The WooF Pack. The WooF Pack. So we've had a good time tonight, no doubt. Our breed tonight was this unusual dog of the wild called the Dingo. And I was doing some research and found out that this Dingo is almost like a fox, kind of like he was one of the first dogs of the wild that was discovered back 4,000 years ago. And it wasn't really a domesticated dog for a long time. They just let him be in the wild because he was considered a vermin. You know, he would just go after prey all the time because that was his natural instinct, just like a fox or a wolf, you know. And that's what he did, just like lions and tigers do. And quite interesting. And then, like I said before, it was discovered that he is part of over 600 breeds of original dogs. He's a part, even though it's a minuscule amount of his genes, genetic makeup in other dogs. He was one of the original ones. Pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I don't know how to think of it. You could think of it as, okay, for example, an analogy might be, okay, when music came about, you know, there were the classical old composers we know about, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, and these guys, Tchaikovsky. And they were the guys that geniusly, whoever they learned from, instinct, they just learned. They knew what it was. They didn't have to have a teacher. They got it. They invented it, so to speak. You know what I mean? And from there, if you look at a family tree of musicians that learn, composers that learned, the younger ones that were their prodigies, you see the family tree if you look it up, and they learn from these guys. Analogy of like, okay, who were the first ones? Well, the Dingo was one of the first dogs ever, and then they were bred from other dogs that came along, what are other animals, wolves and whatever, and made all the breeds. It just evolved that way, and pretty interesting when you think about it. It's the same with the composers. Like I said, music came from somewhere and was developed in different ways. The first music we ever really heard was classical kind of music. We didn't hear rock and roll. We didn't hear rhythm and blues. That came much later. It was developed. Well, let's do something different with what we know. And so it was kind of that development. Where did everybody learn from? But if you study music, if you listen to music, enough of it, you'll see that same kind of analogy. Everybody learned from somebody else. And it goes to a tree where it all started. So wherever you want to say the creation came from of everything, the world, whatever you want to believe, there it existed, there it was. A lot of that's in the Bible, of course, you know, and to understand it perhaps. So on behalf of National Dog Day, we want to say thanks for tuning in tonight on a Friday night. We're going to let you go. Have a great night, and feed those dogs fresh water. Keep the sleepies out of their eyes. Give them lots of exercise. Give them big hugs. Let them lick and kiss you. Keep them clean and groomed. And just love them because they mean so much. Their spirit is so high and so great with us and give us so much joy in our lives. That's all I can say because that's the truth to me. And that's the reason I do this show for the All Dog Network, sponsored by WooF Driver, who has the WooF Pack, which are 4 beautiful huskies that support our show and all the activities that go on. Without them, it wouldn't be happening. So it's not just the human, it's the dogs. We're the alpha, but without them, we wouldn't be having what we're doing here and enjoying our life with our dogs and our animals. Talk about next week. Welcome tomorrow, and we got Saturday, we got Sunday. So tune in, special breeds every night, and ditties. I want to play the Dingo ditty one more time about Dante the Dingo that we wrote for tonight's show, and here it is.
Dante, our dingo, has intense eyes
size.
yellow to orange, and he is very mobile. Small rounded ears are naturally erect. His well-furred bushy tail is relaxed, and that's a fact. Dante the Dingo. His typical coat colors are yellow, ginger, but can occur in tan, white, or black. 'Cause Dante is quite a rare breed from Australia, from way, way back over 4,000 years back. Now he has some unusual traits, like climbing up a tree. Not many breeds can do this, so really something to see is Dante the Dingo. Dante the Dingo. He can wade in water, but doesn't care to swim, and his natural habitat is in the wild for him. That's what is so common to him. Dante the Dingo. Dante the Dingo. The very special breed is the Dingo. Dante the Dingo. I love you, Dante the Dingo. Dante, our Dingo.
That's Dante the Dingo. They can climb up trees. That's the most unusual thing. You know, I mean, most dogs don't climb up trees. Because they're of the wild, they chase prey up the trees, whether it be whatever it was, squirrels, what have you. You know, animals that took off up the trees, they chased them right up the tree. Very interesting stuff, the dingo. Okay, thanks for checking in with us tonight. We're going to jump and jam out of here. Wolf Driver, All Dog Network is where we want to check in with all our previous videos and our other hosts that have their shows about dog training, dog behavioral training, dog yoga called Doga. We have some stuff with therapy. Melissa does therapy with dogs that are older. There's a show on today, very interesting, where they had Daisy, her dog, doing therapy to keep her mobile because she was old and had her joints moving, with underwater therapy, a head above water in a tank, but doing the thing in the water for the pressure to get the joints going. All kinds of interesting stuff you might want to check in. Wolf Ditty shows about breeds, music, Wolf Driver, Huskies, more music, videos, jokes, all this kind of silly stuff. So it's good to see you, and thanks for tuning in. I'm the Wolf Ditty, and I will see you tomorrow evening. Have a great night. Love your puppies. Pooches, National Dog Day. Celebrate. Extra love.